Welcome everyone. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us for today's webinar. My name is Ashik Jain and I'm the content and social media strategist at 42 Gears. We'll start the webinar in a couple of minutes. We'll wait for some more guests to connect. Welcome everyone again. We're really happy that you guys were able to join today's webinar. So, as you already know, 42 Gears is a leading Gartner recognized unified endpoint management solution provider. We offer a wide range of solutions, including mobile device management solutions, kiosk lockdown solutions, digital signage solutions, and secure browsing solutions, among other products. We also offer a private mobile app testing platform solution known as Astrofarm. But today, we're going to talk about CamLock, 42 Gears proprietary camera blocking solution. Before we get started, if you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the question box in your GoToWebinar control panel. We'll answer them at the end of the presentation. Without further ado, we will turn the time over to our presenter, Ayush Siddhartha. He is a senior product specialist at 42 Gears. Having been in the mobile device management space for a long time now, Ayush has a well-rounded knowledge of CamLock and other proprietary products of 42 Gears. His primary responsibility is to oversee all users of CamLock and ensure that CamLock strategies align with business goals and objectives. So I'll let Ayush take it further from here on.
Thank you, Ashik. I appreciate the introduction. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. It's great to be speaking with all of you. So, today's topic is block phone cameras and protect your confidential business information. Let's begin with a high level overview of what we'll be covering today. I'll be walking you through the current scenarios, what's happening in the current business world, what are some of the pain points that organizations are facing in the industry, what are the steps that businesses are currently taking to solve their problems, and how do we step in to solve these issues with our robust solution. Next, we will talk about 42 gears camera blocking solution, that is CamLock. Why do organizations need CamLock and how it is going to address each and every issue that a company faces when it comes to disabling the phone cameras and protecting the confidential data. We'll also shed light on how CamLock works, how to use it in an effective way to secure business premises. As there are several methods to block phone cameras, I would like to take you through every method one by one so you will get more clarity in blocking the phone cameras using the CamLock solution. Following that, we shall discuss the key features of CamLock and how it benefits IT admins. In addition, I'll give a brief overview of the license management of this solution. I'll also present a use case scenario to demonstrate how consumers can engage with our system so that you can better comprehend it. To help you understand the product better, I'll also give you a product demo at the end. So this is the agenda for today's webinar. I hope you are clear on this. So let's get rolling. Talking about the current status, in today's corporate world, securing confidential business information is a top priority for every organization. Though most businesses have security policies to restrict data sharing and prevent business critical information from flowing outside the organization. The eventuality of data being leaked through various means, such as smartphone cameras, which are primarily not being monitored by businesses, can no longer be ignored. Although phone cameras are a helpful tool, the data captured by such cameras is hardly ever secured by organizations. And sometimes that's what makes companies vulnerable, for example, by providing attackers with the information they need. In 2019, one such vulnerability issue was uncovered in Android OS, which allowed attackers to bypass restrictions on a user's phone hardware components. It allowed an application to take pictures and record video and audio without user approval. Applications usually require these permissions to use a camera or a microphone. Such incidents may have a devastating impact on businesses and their reputations. So, how can you protect sensitive data that might get captured by people using smartphones in the office? When we talk about protecting sensitive data in the workplace, it may include protecting source code on a developer's computers, proprietary manufacturing equipment in a factory, and the identities of patients in hospitals or children in schools. In such environments, if employees and visitors have free access to their smartphone cameras, they might take photos of sensitive data or equipment and risk exposing private information. Photos can give hackers and competitors critical information that they can leverage to their advantage. Regulated industries such as healthcare and child privacy, they put the data security responsibility on businesses to ensure that there is enough protection to avoid such breaches. Most enterprises, in order to protect the confidential data, take the following steps. They restrict the use of camera based mobile phones after entering the business premises, or they collect camera based mobiles from employees and visitors and return them when the owners to the owners when they exit. Disable cameras on laptops and desktops of employees, partners, and visitors. And in some cases, we've also seen wherein we put a sticker on the mobile phone when we are entering the business premises. However, the above steps can lead to the following problems. It's not a very smooth working experience. There's an additional cost of storing mobile phones, and there's always a risk of data breach. Any user can plug in their camera and they can record confidential data. That's the loophole CamLock plugs in. What is CamLock? CamLock is an intelligent camera blocking application developed by 42 Gears. The application allows businesses to block employees and visitors from using their Android smartphones to capture pictures or videos of confidential material in a given space, including offices, factories, hospitals, and schools. We can use CamLock to restrict Android camera access based on the employee activity, location, or a time of a day. CamLock can be integrated with attendance or visitor management systems, so smartphone cameras are blocked as soon as the employees or visitor checks in, and camera use is permitted again after the user checks out of the workplace area. A variation of the app called CamLock Sentry, which needs to be used in conjunction with the CamLock, can be used by businesses that do not employ a visitor management systems, such as hospitals, schools. They can block phone camera access at entry and then unblock access on exit through QR code scanning. CamLock Sentry can also be used to block camera access in particular sections of a building, for example, in a specific floor or in a specific production plants and more. CamLock is designed to allow organizations to easily block or unblock phone cameras as employees or visitors enter or leave the business premises. And the best part is that it can also be easily integrated with visitor or attendance management systems. We'll now look at the key features of CamLock and how users can benefit from them. First and foremost, CamLock protects confidential data by blocking Android phone cameras. It is compatible with Android devices such as Android 7 and other updated versions. It is a very lightweight and unobtrusive on device application that helps avoid workflow disruptions. The application has the ability to block cameras based on time and location of the device. It supports time and geofencing. It can be easily integrated with office attendance systems or a visitor management systems. It can be used along with CamLock Sentry to block or unblock cameras at entry and exit gates. How does CamLock works? Now that we have now that we know that what CamLock is, let's understand how it works. So to begin with, employees and visitors have to scan a QR code and download the lightweight CamLock agent onto their Android devices. They can download the application from Google Play Store, or a custom link can be provided by the 42 Gears team. After CamLock agent is installed on the device, end users have to perform few steps on the devices. Firstly, they have to launch the application and grant the app permissions on the CamLock agent app. Now, they can enroll their devices in the app in two ways. Employees and visitors must enter the account ID or password provided by the admin, or an easy way is to scan a QR code. Post the scanning of the QR code, Users must log in with their details like the employee or visitor name and employee ID or a visitor ID. These IDs or these identifiers will be used to identify a particular mobile device associated with a particular employee or visitor. Now, the devices are ready to comply with the company's camera security policy. Now, if employees and visitors checks into the office premises, CamLock will automatically block camera access. Users can also scan the CamLock Sentry QR code, which already has settings to block camera and agent uninstallation. Check-in triggers a policy on the device CamLock agent app, and the camera device camera gets disabled. The device camera remains blocked until users are in the office premises. As long as the employees and visitors are inside the facility, they are unable to use the smartphone camera. The moment the employees or visitors decide to get out, they can check out by scanning the CamLock Sentry QR code again. The checkout triggers a policy on the device CamLock agent app. The device camera is enabled. Visitors can now or employees can now unlock the device camera. I hope you're able to understand how the CamLock works. Now, let's look at different ways to block the phone cameras using CamLock. Yes, you heard it right. There's more than one way to disable the phone camera. Here are some of the ways in which mobile camera can be blocked. First is time fence. CamLock can lock down employees or visitors' phone cameras based on a specific time of a day. If you want to schedule a time during which you want the security to be at peak, then you can use the time fence option. For instance, if an employee enters the office at 9 a.m. and leaves the office at 5 p.m., every day CamLock will automatically block the camera at 9 a.m. and it will unblock it at 5 p.m. However, this method has a potential loophole. The camera can be used or misused if an employee comes before his usual entry time and leaves after the exit time. Under such circumstances, security personnel will have to manually monitor people coming in and going out to ensure that they can't or don't misuse their phone cameras. Next is geofence. CamLock can also block cameras based on geographical location of the phone. Suppose a phone is in a particular geographical location set by the IT administrators. In this case, CamLock can automatically identify the location of the device and block the camera, which will again start working as soon as the phone leaves the set location. The method is more reliable than the time fencing method. Next comes the manual system. The mobile camera can also be manually blocked at the security gate. When you have a limited number of visitors in your office, you can manually block the phone cameras at the security gate. The security personnel can manually block the phone cameras of those entering the office premises and manually unblock their phone cameras when they leave. Manual blocking is not suitable for businesses that need to handle a very large number of visitors. We can also use the console, wherein a web-based console from where security personnel or IT admins can push policies to block or unblock the camera. Next comes the CamLock Sentry. CamLock Sentry works in conjunction with CamLock and generates a QR code every 60 seconds, or it can be further moved to 15 seconds also. At the time of arrival, visitors would be asked to scan a QR code at the security gate, which should block their phone cameras. Then, at the time of exit, they will have to again scan a QR code to unblock their phone cameras. These QR codes are pretty much dynamic and it will change every 15 seconds or 60 seconds. The time can be set from the console. Next is integration with attendance or visitor management systems. As the employee scans their thumb or a visitor checks in, the camera of the mobile phone is blocked, and upon leaving the premises, it is unblocked. Using application programming interfaces or the REST APIs, you can integrate CamLock with your office attendance or visitor management systems. This will automatically activate camera at the check-in and deactivate it upon checkout. Now, let us look at few of the use cases of the CamLock. As I mentioned, CamLock is a very helpful tool. It can help combat data security issues in various industries. First, I'll talk about the manufacturing industry use case. It's a known fact that manufacturing plants don't store and manage consumer data as much as other firms do, but the threat of cyber attacks still exists. Hackers might target manufacturing plants to steal trade secrets, achieve remote control, or even shut down the operations. Protecting intellectual property is a major goal of cybersecurity in the manufacturing industry. For example, equipment that uses smart technology will store precise directions such as ingredient ratios. This means that crucial information is located out on the factory floor rather than on a secure data network. This is why manufacturers must take a thorough and integrated approach to cybersecurity. Even without large files of consumer data, they still have plenty of information that could fall into the wrong hands. With the help of CamLock, they can restrict Android camera access based on a person's activity, location, or a time of a day. And the best part is that it can be easily integrated with the visitor or attendance management systems. Next, I will give an example of in the healthcare industry. Protecting data in the healthcare industry is a challenging task. Healthcare providers and their businesses associates must balance protecting patients' privacy while delivering quality patient care and meeting the strict regulatory requirements set forth by HIPAA and other regulations, such as the EU's General Data Protection Regulation, that is GDPR. Healthcare organizations can use CamLock to block specific actions involving the sensitive patient and hospital data. Similarly, IT companies can use CamLock to protect their proprietary source code on a developer's computers. In the education industry as well, CamLock can help in protecting children's data and blocking the phone cameras in the school premises. Great. We'll now have a quick demo of the CamLock. First, I'll give you a walkthrough of the 42 Gears web console. I'll also tell you how to create and manage groups and folders in SureMDM and discuss on the device information which gets updated post enrollment of the devices. Just to quickly apprise on how to log into 42 Gears UEM console, you can visit 42gears.com website, register yourself by clicking on the free trial button. And if you already have an account, you can directly click on the SureMDM login button. Now, let's quickly take a look at the SureMDM console and then we'll talk more about the policies. This is the home page of the 42 Gears UEM console. We have a specific account ID, which is connected to my email ID, which is my own personal account, and we also have a server URL. On the left hand side, you can see the group option or the folder option. This option helps MDM admins to manage and segregate and configure devices based on different employees' locations and their roles, and of course, this can be expanded. Admins can easily create a group in the MDM console and can enroll their devices. Once a folder or a group is selected, all the devices in that group will appear and you can see all the information related to the device under the device information section, which is on the right hand of my screen. Now let us see the enrollment part on the console and the device side. On the console, I'll create a QR code for the enrollment via the CamLock agent. To create a QR code, you have to go to the enrollment tab. On the center of the enrollment tab, you will see a button called Create QR Code. Click on the Create QR Code button. Enter the name of the QR code. I will mention here as Webinar QR Code. You can give any name of your choice. Now, below, you can see three options: Android, iOS, and Things. To use CamLock, you have to click on Things devices. As soon as you click on the Things, you will be asked to enter the enrollment type. Select the first one, that is called the QR code enrollment. Now click on Next. Here, I can define on which group my device should go. It can be an employee group or it can be a visitor group. or it can be some department group as well. So the scope can be expanded as per our will. Select the I'm going to select the webinar group and then select the device name. Select it as set device name manually because we are going to enter the employee ID and the employee name after the enrollment process is complete. Click on next. So here we go. Our QR code is created. I'm going to click on save button here. My QR code is created. Now we can create, similarly, we can create as many QR codes for each group or department as we need. Admins can also create them as a one-time activity. To view a QR code, you have to click on the view QR code button here. This is my QR code for the enrollment. Now, let us move to the device side and check the enrollment. I'm using an Android device for the demonstration. Users can directly go to Play Store and search CamLock in the Play Store. So from here, they can install this application, or 42 Gears can also share a direct application link as well. I've already installed the agent on the device side, and I'll show you how do we enroll it. Let's move on to CamLock application. So this is my CamLock application. I have to click on Get Started. Now here I have to click on Accept button and I have to grant all the permissions. Once the permissions have been granted, you will see a green check mark on all the permissions. The permissions might differ according to model wise. It can be one or two less as well. Click on Continue. Now you can see here users must enter their account ID or a password given by the admin, or they can directly scan the QR code from the console. I'll just click on the Scan QR button. It will open the camera and it will start enrolling the device. So once I've scanned the QR code, as you can see, the device is asking to give me the employee name. I'll enter the name as Ayush, 42 Gears. And on the employee ID or a visitor ID, I can enter any number. Maybe 001 is my visitor ID or employee ID. Now, after doing this, I'll click on Continue button. As soon as I click on Continue button, the device will come online and I can see it on the home group. So once the device is enrolled, I can see it on the right hand side. Okay, it will show me the device name and it will also show me the things information. So from here, I can go in the things info, I can change the block camera and CamLock installation, and also I can apply these settings to any devices. So this is my CamLock webinar that I just enrolled it. On the right hand side, you can see this is the device and this is the register time, last device time, and I can simply block or unblock camera from here. To just unblock the camera or agent uninstallation, I can click on the buttons here, the toggle buttons, click on the apply button, and the camera will get blocked on the device. So now if I go to my device, it will just show me a message that camera is already blocked for the users. You can see this is my device and my device is online right now, and here I've got a message called camera access is denied, please contact the administrator. So this was a very easy enrollment step. Now admins can save these block camera as a job as well. I can easily click on the save button here and I can give a job name called the block camera, and I can apply it to n number of devices. It can be a one device, it can be more than one device, or it can be to apply to a group as well. Now, just to apprise you of one more application called CamLock Sentry. This application can be used to change the camera policies based on entry and exit points. This works even if your device is not connected to internet or is offline. Users just need to scan this QR code upon entry and exit. The policies are preloaded into this dynamic QR code, and admin can no longer has to apply it from the console. To create a CamLock centric QR code, you just need to go to enrollment again and click on create QR code. Here you can see I will write the name as CamLock Sentry, click on Things Management and click on CamLock Sentry. So this will help me to create a QR code. It can be scanned via the CamLock agent, and we are just defining the properties here. You can see block camera is disabled or enabled, and CamLock installation is enabled or disabled. And I can change the refresh rate also up to 15 seconds. The device, the QR code will change every 15 seconds in that case. To just show you a view of a Sentry application, I will show it on my device. This is my Sentry application. You can see there's a timer running on the right hand side, and this QR code will change. And if you want to see the properties, you can see the properties as camera is disabled and uninstallation is also disabled. So this is how the CamLock works in conjunction with the CamLock Sentry application. All right, we have completed the demonstration. For any queries, please feel free to get in touch with me at ayush.siddharth@42gears.com, and you can also go to our website and contact us on sales@42gears.
Thank you, Ayush. It was a great overview of CamLock. We'll go ahead and take some time for questions now. We can also answer any remaining questions through email.
Okay, let me check the question panel. So yes, it looks like we have few questions. The first question is, does the device work if it is offline? Yes, post enrollment, you can use it together with the Sentry application. This will block or unblock the camera as required, and it works without internet connection as well. Next question is, what is the prerequisite for using this solution? To use this solution, you should have a SureMDM account. In the SureMDM account, you have a Things license. The Things license should be added in your MDM account, and then you can enroll your devices and use the solution. Next question is, will it only block the camera app on my phone? A very good question indeed. This will not only block the camera application, but also it will block all the camera intents which can be accessed in the other application as well. It works as a foolproof camera block agent. You cannot access your camera from any other application, any third-party application, not only camera. The next question is, can it be deployed automatically when the visitor enters the premise? Yes, it can be deployed automatically also when the visitor enters the premise. You should have a geofence policy, or if you have a time fence, you can also use a time fence. And in case you want to integrate it with some visitor management systems, then you can use our REST APIs to integrate the same. So as soon as the users will swipe in their ID card, automatically from the console side will push a policy to block the camera. And similar, it will happen for checkout. If the employee is swiping out, then a policy from the console will be pushed to the devices to unblock the camera. What are the user experience concerns raised by employees on usage of CamLock? For as CamLock is a very lightweight agent, it consumes hardly 2 or 2.5 MB of your space. And once you lock the phone, it will not always run in the background. Once it will not stay off, it will stay offline. Once you unlock the phone, it will again come online. So we have optimized CamLock in a way which will consume a very less battery. It will not show you unnecessary notifications. Only when you are trying to access the camera, and if it is blocked by the admin, you are inside the facility, then it will just show a message that please contact your administrator. How would next question is how would an enterprise mitigate issues of the user uninstalling the application? Yes. So for that we have an option called agent uninstallation. So any employee, if he's an employee of a company, he has to enroll the device first, and after enrolling we will push a policy from the console in which we'll completely block the uninstallation of that application. So that option to uninstall will not be visible to the users, and he will not be able to change anything on the application. If he's a visitor, then obviously we have to let him uninstall once he's exiting the facility. So we have covered that by introducing a feature called uninstallation block or unblock. Will CamLock also block video calls? Yes, CamLock will also block video calls. Video calls arriving from starting from any application to say, it blocks every camera content, camera intent, and also video calls. Yes. Hi, most of the mobiles have 3 to 4 cameras. Will CamLock lock all the cameras? Yes, definitely. So it will block all the cameras, even if the user is trying to install a new application from the Play Store or from any third-party APK-based installations. It will lock all the cameras. Will it work on iOS? This solution as of now is only available for Android, and for iOS we already have a Sure MDM agent, wherein if you install the Sure MDM agent, then you can block the camera from the MDM agent profile itself. We already have that feature for iOS. Your iOS device should be supervised for that. Next question is it must to have devices enrolled in Sure MDM, as we cannot expect any visitor or vendor to enroll their devices in my Sure MDM? Yes, correct. So your devices should be enrolled in Sure MDM, and this enrollment is very lightweight. It's based on things technology, and once the users scans a QR code when he's exiting the premises, automatically he will have option to uninstall that application. Once he uninstalls the application, there will be no trace of CamLock on the devices, and you cannot push any policy like block camera or uninstallation block and so on the devices. So this CamLock works independently with the Sure MDM agent that we already have developed for the device management. You don't need to have Sure MDM agent installed on the devices. The CamLock agent works independently with Sure MDM agent. And visitors have to enroll their devices, otherwise the camera block cannot be done from the console side or even from the CamLock Sentry application. Next question is regarding geofence. What if the user disable locations? Will camera block or not? Yes, a very good question. So see, for geofencing based policies, if you want to block the cameras, your location should be enabled. And in case you want to have a strict control, then obviously it's recommended to integrate with the attendance systems or use the CamLock Sentry. Now, if you're not able to use that, we will also show a message to the prompt to the users that you cannot, please don't turn off the location, or you cannot turn off the location. So we like that a prompt will appear to the users when they're trying to turn on switch off the location basically. Next question is, please let us know the integration options with visitor management products such as Contact and Robin. In terms of visitor management systems, we have our own set of REST APIs. Open, we have it's open REST APIs, and we can so any company, any third party integrator can use that REST APIs. So those REST APIs will help you to integrate with your attendance systems or visitor management systems, and you can block the camera with that. I think that's all for now. Yes, we have covered all the questions.
Thank you, Ayush. It was a great overview of CamLock. Remaining questions we will answer through email as we are running out of time. Ayush, before we wrap up, is there anything else you want to cover?
No, I think we are good for now. Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure to be with you today. We thoroughly enjoyed the session and look forward to connecting after the webinar. If you have any queries, please let us know on the email. We'll help you. We'll help you on the query and we'll answer all your questions.
Great. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being here. Thanks again for joining us today, and we will see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.